crowded room, the mood was right. There she was, swaying so beautifully. The girl in the birdcage, she's calling to me. Oh, she danced, my heart took flight, spinning in that cage all through the night. She stole my heart with her eyes so bright. That's when I knew that she would be my wife. Her rhythm caught me, pulled me near, a song of love I long to hear. Twirling in that gilded frame, she lit my soul, she spoke my name. Oh, she danced, my heart took flight, spinning in that cage all through the night. She stole my heart with her eyes so bright. That's when I knew that she would be my wife. Now every step, every sway leads me to our wedding day. From that cage she set me free, my forever, just her and me. Oh, she danced, my heart took flight, spinning in that cage all through the night. She stole my heart with her eyes so bright. That's when I knew that she would be my wife.
Welcome to Aloha Friday. Woo, woo, woo. It is your boy, the real Hanan Bro. As you can tell, I'm still Hanano, but I'm just larger and charger, baby. No. All right. And we got my co-host, Rita.
Hello. I'm still giggling at that Hanan bro.
Yeah, I'm Hanan Bro.
We got to turn that into an AI character, I think. Can you imagine?
He turns angry, he becomes the biggest bro.
There you go.
All right. So as you can tell, Hanano and Dee are different looking today. That's because we are doing a virtual radio takeover. All
Let's
right.
go.
Shout out to Miss Punchline for doing the graduation thing. So they're celebrating, and it's a beautiful day over there at the Hanano ND house tonight. But tonight we are gonna celebrate and learn a little bit about my sister Raven here. Raven, how you doing today?
I am good. I had a really good day today. I met up with, I guess she's my bestie in high school. And we've kind of lost touch, just got busy, and we get together every once in a while, and it had been too long. And today we met up, and it's just, my soul is full.
Yep, that's
Like, when you have the right people in your life,
yeah,
and you spend time with them, and it's just right and perfect.
and it's like nothing happened, right? Like nothing stopped.
Nothing's
It's the
changed.
same thing. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, jump through a wormhole or something. Like, time doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But,
That's a beautiful thing, right? Like, and those connections are the strong ones, right? Like they know you from forever, right?
yeah,
And so, yeah, that's an amazing thing. Shout out to you, and linking back up with your high school people, man. My wife's doing the same thing. Funny enough, last week she met with one of her old college buddies that and kids, marriage, all sorts of things happen in between, but now they're getting back together. So it's dope. It's really, really cool, man.
Yeah.
Reconnection is a beautiful thing.
It is, and you need to do it more. I think there's times in your life where you kind of get distracted, and you push that aside, but those connections are still there.
Yeah, absolutely. So take this initiative, guys. If you miss somebody, call them up, see how they're doing. maybe hang out, have a beer, coffee, you know, just kick it, maybe go on a hike. Who knows? Whatever you guys like to do.
Anything. Yep.
So, Raven, let's
Mhm.
get into it.
All right.
What started your collecting journey? Does it start as a kid? Like, so you have a little different background than most of us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we collected forever. Like, what brought you into this space?
Yeah, and I've thought about that for a bit. Like, when you hear everybody else's story as a kid and they collected this or that. And thinking back, I never thought of it as a collection, but every time I went to the movies, I'd keep the ticket stub. But that was more OCD. Like I never thought, oh, I'm collecting it. This is like I just have to keep it because I have to, or so I don't know. It was just a weird thing in my brain, right?
Yeah,
And I still have them, so I've been meaning to dig them up just to see what movies there are in there.
yeah,
Because I did that for years and years and years, and now you can't anymore.
right. Now it's
But
all on the phone.
yeah, I mean, again, I think that's an opportunity with NFTs too, is to do something like that where you could have a little photo album of your ticket stub.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and
Yeah.
like you, I did the same thing, right? Like because I love going to the movies, and it used to be an experience, right? Where you go with
Yes.
all your friends, like especially you guys are like really vibing with a movie. I remember dressing up for certain movies, depending on the fandom and stuff like that. So yeah, those tickets. I mean, they mean something, right? So like
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Like you didn't connect it for like a monetary purpose, but you collected because those tickets meant something to you. And whenever you do find them, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have like flashbacks. Like, oh yeah, I remember watching this movie and blah blah blah. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's something I've been meaning to dig up. But the other thing, the only thing I can think of that I collected would have been, there's probably stickers and stuff and McDonald's toys.
Oh yeah.
And crazy story too, like my grandpa was a painter and he painted um I think it was a cereal factory, it must have been.
Mhm.
Because he would come home from work and we'd always run to him because in his lunchbox he'd have something for us. And I think he would take the toys that were supposed to go in the cereal box and bring them to us.
That's dope.
So I don't think I have any of those type of things left. But yeah, other than that, but no, I wasn't into the comics or collectibles or superheroes or anything like that until I was an adult.
So
Much
let's
older adult.
yeah.
Like,
So
it
let's
wasn't even
talk.
my 20s, like, this is, like, the last 5 years.
So let's talk about that. So like, what was the change, and what was the thing that kind of like? Because I mean, I could take from somebody from the outside, like comics and collectibles. I mean, that seems like kiddie stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then what's the thing that introduced you, and what was the thing that hooked you?
Ooh, so I guess this whole journey for me started with Bitcoin. Like, it
Oh,
was a
okay.
crypto. Like, we had a friend that told us about it and showed us how to buy it, and then it was at the time where, okay, we were watching it every day. It was just getting higher and higher and higher, and I've kinda was like, "What is this? This is magic." Like, I didn't understand it. So from that moment, I kind of dove into, well, what actually is it?
Mm.
And once I kind of had a better understanding about crypto and blockchain and the technology, that's where my mind kind of went to. At first, it was video games. I'm like, this is perfect for video games. Of course, I tell my kids that. And they're like, no, it's stupid. Um, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then while doing research, 'cause I was looking for other cryptos to invest in along those lines, I came across Omi.
Oh,
And
okay.
that led me to Vivi, and I remember I downloaded the app, and I was like, "Okay," again, because I wasn't a collector. I wasn't really into anything, like, there's some Batman stuff, but nothing really caught my interest, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just leave the app for other people. I'll just buy a little bit of Omi." And then left it at that for a couple of months, and then it wasn't till they announced, Marvel #1, I think, or no, 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 it was, Amazing Spider-Man, the
Okay.
collectible.
Yeah.
Where I was like, "Okay, that's cool. Like, I gotta get in on that." But you remember there was like it was like a common, uncommon. Was
Ultra
there? I can't.
rares.
Is it
Yeah.
secret
So
rare?
yeah,
Was there a rare? Yeah, I think there was a rare.
I think there was a rare. Yeah, I think there was five, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
like secret rare was pretty expensive. I think it was
Yeah,
like, I can't
yeah.
remember now,
It
but it
was
was
like
expensive.
400. I think it was 400 in the store.
Yeah. And so what I did, I was like, why would I buy one that's really expensive? And I could get like a few of the like other ones. And that's what I did because I was stupid and didn't know anything back then, where I could have easily purchased the secret rare.
Yeah, but we
But I
didn't
didn't
know.
know.
We didn't
I didn't.
know. Nobody knew what was going to
And again,
happen.
that's part of the learning experience. So I think it was from then. I don't think I missed a drop.
That's funny.
Yeah. But it was just like I would only go for like Marvel #1. I think I bought
Mhm.
3. And I'm like, why didn't I just keep buying, right?
I
Because it
mean,
was scary at first.
yeah, I mean, especially because it was their first comic, right? And
Yeah.
and the thing about it is because it's a first, you're not really knowing the value, and especially because Marvel #1 in particular isn't really out there, right? There's no like you're not gonna find that at 9.8 anywhere, right? Like they're
Right.
very scarce, they're very hard to find, and it's almost like a ghost, you know what I mean? And so for this company and this app to get that unlocked, the first one, I don't think people knew what they, but some people did.
Some people did.
Some people
Yeah.
knew exactly what the hell they're in their hands. So,
Yeah.
shout out to them. So
But
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like, I had no knowledge. Like, I knew that was the first comic, but I didn't know really anything else. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't grasp the how big of a deal it was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But then slowly again, I started getting more hooked, and when drops were getting harder to get, and then it just became an obsession. And I enjoyed it, and then it just developed into this amazing community.
Yeah,
And honestly, that's as much as I enjoy the collecting, it's the community for me for sure.
for sure. All right, let's talk about since you've been here like from the early days, right? So
Yeah,
a lot of people's origin story starts off with Vivi at least at Golden Moments Week, but you were a little bit ahead of us, right?
yeah.
Than all of us. So, do you remember your first drop that you secured, like the one that you were like, "Ooh, I got that one," when it was starting to get hard, and you're like, "This is the best."
Golden Moment Week was a blast because I think that week was like spring. The kids were home. I just remember everybody being home that week,
Hmm.
and and we were all allowed to have accounts then.
Yeah,
So there was 4 accounts going, and I remember it was like my kids were giving up. They just wanted to go play their games. I'm like, "No, keep waiting," because you knew this is like, it didn't go right. It was like, I swear it was like, what, I don't know if it was an hour later where we started hitting. And then
yeah.
it was just mad chaos. I got one, I got one, I got one. And then like trying to load more gems. I'm like, keep trying, don't stop. And it was just utter chaos, but I absolutely loved it. So I think out of that whole week, I never got the partner statue, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think we got everything except for R2.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
that was it. And my son was so mad because he got Elsa. He wanted the Star Wars stuff.
But Elsa's
Uh,
amazing, right? Like,
yeah,
and it
but
was funny. That week was horrible for me.
was it?
Because I started it and I was just like, "Oh, this app doesn't work. This is trash." You know what I mean? Like everybody's hitting, but I knew how important they were, so I was buying them all in the market. Like I was like as soon as the
Mm,
market opened, like I was getting them like 77. Like I was buying it for 70, right? So like
right.
at least I had some, like but and then I remember they took off and I was like, "Oh, this is
Yeah.
glorious. I did such a right thing. Finally, finally, I did something right."
And I think I had put some money aside to try and get a partners in the market, but I think it shot up right away.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't think it was much time
No,
to
it hung
grab it.
out. It hung out.
Was
I
it
remember it
3?
hung out it was at 3, and then it went to 5 and 6 for like the first 30 minutes. And
Yeah.
I just sat there and I was like, I can't pull the trigger at 500. I should, but like I was like, I'm gonna go for other things, right? Like go for some more Elsas or whatever. And I
Yeah,
wish I pulled that trigger, man. Jeez.
I know, like, you think of stacking and stuff, but all in all, like, I think we made out well that week.
Yeah.
But I had known because, I had been watching Vault stream, and he was very good at giving you all the information.
Yes,
Like
it
he didn't
was.
gatekeep any of the information, so you kind of knew what you were getting into and like how it would take time, and just wait it out. Like I honestly wouldn't have that patience for that now.
Yeah, right.
Because if you think of the amount of times you spent before and after a drop, just sitting there waiting, pressing,
Get
refreshing.
off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Oh, I was
Play
hardwired
no
into the modem. Don't
hardwired.
talk to me. 30 seconds left. Stop talking. And it was so funny because my son at the time, geez, how old? Like little elementary school, right?
Yeah.
And he'd have his iPad and I'd be set up, everything ready to go. And he'd be twirling in his chair. I'm like, focus. And he wouldn't pay attention. And I'm like, already, he hits the drop. Like
Yep.
it was Designer Con where it was nearly impossible. He hit that really colorful, what was that character? I don't even know what it is now.
Colorful
Oh, it's
decon.
like it was a
First
Designer
one?
Con. It was very first Designer Con. Were they little rabbit? Not rabbits. Maybe there
Oh,
were little rabbits, but there was one that was really colorful.
yeah, okay.
Anyways, he hit it, and there was like, and of course he's like, "Mom, I should sell it." I'm like, "No, hold it." And I'm like, "Damn it, damn it!"
Right, if you go back and like just counsel yourself, just like sell it all.
I was so greedy, man. I was so greedy.
I remember having 10 talks with my friends. Like, as you can see right here, this else is worth $5,000.
And you still have it in your account? Why? I don't. Anyway, it was good times, but no, like I think I did well in some drops, but I'm trying to think if there was everything's kind of blurring now. Like it just
Mhm.
seemed like chaos back
Yeah.
then, but it was good chaos. Like it was fun. Like I felt like the community was really strong then too.
And that's the funny thing, right? Like the community's been strong through so many different things, right? Like
Yeah.
before there was no marketplace. Then when we got a marketplace, it was shut down for the drops. And then like sometimes it would be shut down for days. And then like this also the way the things were listed. I remember when I first got in, each comic would show the same picture. So it would be like your whole screen would
Oh,
be like
okay.
4 different comics, and you're just sitting there trying to scroll, trying to find the right numbers and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. Have to go back and watch some of those streams because yeah, it's all
oh,
blending. Like, well, how many years has that been now?
I've been three or four now.
Yeah,
We've been in it, man.
isn't
I
it?
think it was 2021 where it was hot, where it
Yeah,
just got hot. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, man, 4 years, man, crazy. Hey, DDS for real. Show your come on, come on.
Tapping, refreshing. Oh yeah, I was so intense, and I just remember being a different person. I mean, I pulled my kids out of school on certain drops to help because I couldn't do 4 devices at once. I
Yeah,
mean, I tried, but I
yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah, I remember going
Rebounds.
to cell towers, like like
Yeah,
somebody said the
to
cell tower thing. I was like, all right, I'm driving out there. Come on, baby.
I did that with yeah, we were driving up to a cottage and I think it was Amazing Spider-Man
Mhm.
#1 drop. And I was like, "Oh, please let us hit a town. Let us hit a town." And I could see I was watching my phone and seeing like no signal, no signal, and then it would pop up and I was like, "Pull over." And I got like 8 Amazing Spider-Man #1s. But yeah,
There you go.
crazy.
See, that's a beautiful thing. So,
We're
so you said that it kind of started through Bitcoin, right? And
Mhm.
so you started collecting, and not only did you start collecting, you started collecting a lot. Like
Yeah.
you're. I don't want to put you out there, but you're pretty up there. So what are the things that you? What are the things that fill out your collection? What's the things that fill out your vault?
At first, it was everything, like, that was the problem, like, at first, I was going for every drop, everything, like, it didn't really matter what it was, but then at that time too, it was a lot of it was hard to get, but then I feel like I really started to connect more with the artwork
Mhm.
and focusing on that and the independent artists, and, um, that's the stuff that draws me, like, even to today and the current drops, it's the stuff like the oddies, like the Hands in Factory, that kinda stuff. I like those unique characters and just the different representation of stuff. So I think that's where I lean to. Like I think Golden Moments probably are still the top of my list.
Yeah.
I just think they're epic and awesome and like the first. And comics, I've just started again, like just since we've started doing virtual radio, I've been getting into comics and actually reading them. 'Cause before I never read them. I just liked having the covers and having them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? But yeah, what about you? Like what's your other than Kang?
For me, I'm with you. I still my top is the Golden Moments. I still think they're a crazy thing that we got the first from Disney. And I always
Mhm.
liked the Golden Moments because it felt like it was always like Disney conquest. You know what I mean? Like, haha, I got Marvel, I got Star Wars, I did this, I took them all, and I embellished them in gold forever.
Yeah, and I like that they're not making any more, or at least they said they're not, and I hope that's true.
They're not. They're not. They're not.
Yeah, like I like that. That's it.
Hey,
That's
they come
done.
out. They come out with a sapphire edition. They come out with a silver edition. No more platinums. No more golds. It's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, those are definitely I think still my favorites.
But
Oh, I did get the James Bond car. I think that was super
nice.
exciting.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, it was expensive. Like looking back now, right? Like at the time, but hitting, and that was again on like the drop wasn't going well. Just waiting and being patient, and then it came through.
And that's a lot of things with Vivi, right? There are certain times where patient pays out. I mean,
Yeah.
people. I mean, I remember the rebounds like back in the day. Like, I think it was that. I think it was that James Bond drop where it was like 45 minutes into the
Yes.
drop. Then people were hitting. Like, these
Yeah.
people were like, "Yep, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna still click every 7 minutes."
Yeah. Because I don't remember them ever saying back then like they were canceling a drop or pausing it. You kind of just waited till it started working,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
That's how it went. You know
Yeah.
back in the old Wild West, man. Um, so I mean, and the thing about it is, we all. All right, I have a good question for you.
Okay.
So you now like a lot of us who came in buying everything, right?
Mhm.
What was the drop that finally made you go, maybe I shouldn't be collecting everything here? Like, I don't know if
Oh,
I want this.
jeez.
And it is, I remember mine was Peely Fantasy. And I remember looking at that thing and I was like, what am I doing? Why do I feel like I need this? I don't need this. I'm never going to look at
Yeah.
this thing again. But here I am. I landed it. You know?
That is a really great question. Like, I wish I could scroll through all of the stuff right now because I can't think specifically what it was. But yeah, there's definitely like now that definitely affects me more where I'm like, I really now can define, do I want it or do I need it?
Yeah.
And if I need it, that's a whole different story,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's like, want it? Okay, yeah, I'd like to have it, but no, if I need it, yeah, I can't think, but there's been a bunch of stuff that I've passed on or picked up in the market.
Yeah. And
That's
that's
an
the thing.
interesting question.
No, it's because I think this space has kind of led us to how we want to collect, right? And
Yeah.
it went from collecting everything, trying to like, make a profit or just get the biggest collection to like, okay, now I really do need to collect what I love.
Yes.
Because if I'm looking at my collection and I'm sitting there just getting mad at my $10,000 Goofy, I'm gonna be shout out to the lenticulars out there.
Oh, the battle statue is the one that I really hate talking about.
Oh, you know what's funny? The battle section looks good. I
It
love that.
does look good.
I love
No,
that thing.
not even what gets me is that it wasn't like to me, I didn't FOMO.
Mhm.
I like my husband and I had a conversation about it as the price was going up.
Uh-huh.
And it was like how good it looked. It, like, because at the time, to me, it was the best looking collectible
Yeah.
on the app.
Hmm.
And it just, I think it bugs me more that I really thought it out and it was still a bad decision.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
But
look,
I mean, it happens.
we
It's
didn't
funny,
we didn't know we didn't know,
right?
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
and I remember. I think that was the first one where I was kind of like, I don't think people should chase this one. But then you know, like I kind of had the mentality, and it was after the golden moment started to dip down a little bit, and I was like, okay, what made all of this hot was there was no other NFTs out there, and the market was very small, so we
Yes.
only can like cycle through so many different items. But now that there's more items coming out, now you got to kind of be particular. Okay, which one is which, right? Like
Yeah.
one of my one of my best calls that I've made on a collectible so far for me has been Venom, right? Like when I saw the Venom drop, I was like, okay, this is going to be scarce enough, and this collectible is good enough. I got to get this. If I miss it, I still got to get this on the aftermarket because this thing looks good.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it is still doing gangbusters. You know what I mean? And it's still a really good collectible. I love
Yeah.
it.
I remember now. I remember the moment clearly now.
Nice.
It was Toby. It was the Toby drop. And again, I'm all for like I like artwork and stuff and I like that kind of stuff, but that one I remember yeah, going for it and I was like at the after I was like, why did I do that?
What is this thing in my ball?
And it wasn't I didn't just buy one. Like I bought a
Yeah.
couple and I think they were expensive too. And I
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, and I think that's where my shift happened.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, wait, let's hold on a second and really think about what we want now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you know, we all had to become more sensible. We all had to all right, wait a minute. What am I doing here? But
Yeah.
the funny thing about this hobby, right, is and especially in your case, not only did you start collecting digital, but you also started collecting physical because in this space, there's a lot of people that come from physical, and you know when you win giveaways and stuff like that, most of the time it's physical gifts.
Yep.
So how was that journey of like, oh wait, I need to put it up, and then how did that change for you? Where maybe you didn't used to have a space for like your collection,
I
and
was yeah. Go ahead, sorry. I'm,
no, no,
like, totally
no,
agreeing with everything you're saying because it's exactly where I didn't have space. I didn't have a like, it was just sitting on a shelf, and then eventually I turned our downstairs, like, extra room it was, like, our workout room, and I converted it to the guys was a game room for my son, but it's really my room for my collectibles.
let's go.
Right? Like, I have I can show you guys what I have because just remember, I had nothing.
Yeah,
Like 0, and the first thing I got was, I won something from VB Magic, and
okay.
she sent me a tomato popcorn bucket,
Oh,
and
that's
that's
dope.
kinda where it started, so I'll share my screen, but this basically everything I have has in some way come from members of the community.
That's
Let me show. It's a very small collection still, but
but that's the beauty of it, right? And, especially in your take, where it's mostly the community that's supplying this. So let's check it
yeah.
out.
So I'll sorry, I have to turn my head here to so this here is again, I don't know if everybody knows the story, but I love the Incredible Hulk mostly because of my grandpa. So I collect the comic in memory of him. And I was able to get mint number 1925, which is his birth year of the collectible. So I made this little section for him. And then, of course, you all know what that is.
Who's
The
who?
Kid Arcade poster. Love that. And then, so I think everything here. That picture in the background, actually, I wish I would have had it more visible. But
Mhm.
I had gone through breast cancer, and a
Yeah.
friend painted that or drew that for me. So that's on
Oh,
there.
so it's Raven the Riveter.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
I wasn't Raven
badass.
back then, but yeah, there's some of the collection. Again, most of this have come from there's the tomato. That's what started it,
That's funny.
and that's my grandpa's shirt. I kept his Hulk shirt.
That's awesome.
And again, all these have been, I think Guri sent me a bunch of those. Like they're all from the
Yeah.
community. And there's,
Boop.
but yeah, so but again, that I had nothing before.
and,
Um,
and and that's
and I have a
awesome.
bin too because I can't fit it all. So I do have like a Tupperware bin.
That has all
Of
the like the rest of the stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
uh,
not yet. Let's go. All right. So yeah, I noticed there was some California raisins there. I love California raisins.
That, we were cleaning out my in-laws garage a few weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
found we were going, it was honestly, there was so much stuff in that. And there was a bin of like toys and old stuff, and I kept some of it. And there's like little ET dolls. I kept those too. That's where I found those.
That's so funny. Hey, you know what's hilarious? Like, even from your collection, because like I know this community, I can tell like
You
where
can
certain
it out?
ones came from, right?
Yeah.
Like when I saw all the Scotty Youngs, I was like, oh, for sure that's Gary,
Yeah,
right?
it
Like
was.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And I saw the real uncommon, the microphone, like the
Yeah.
keys, hats. I mean, how does that? How is it collecting stuff from like friends and in a community where like you haven't met most of these people in real life?
Right?
Like
Right.
how is that?
I think that's what makes it even more special is that I can look on that shelf and I connect everything. Like even the heart logos, like Miss Slammy got those for me because she was at, I don't go to these conventions. She was there and she was more than happy to pick them up for me and then go out of her way to mail them to me. And other people have done that for me. And I just think like the community is fascinating. And to be able to look at that collection and, like you said, tie a moment or a meaning to each of it, to me, it's way more special than me just going to a comic book store and buying a comic.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
I mean, you're even more compelled almost to kind of like dive in and dig in, right? Like
Yeah.
like all right, so why would they give me this? Let's see what's happening right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amazing thing about this community is how much heart it has, right? And I love that we do get those glimpses from time to time of just how good these people like our community is, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
comes in times when there's Comic Cons or something. Like it's like you said, you couldn't go to New York Comic Con, right? And a lot of people couldn't, but there were people that would actually grab stuff for other people just because they wouldn't make it. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
and it's not just the resellers, it's the people who grab extra stuff just to give away, right? Like
Yes.
there's plenty of people that like they don't have their own channels and stuff like that, but because they're able to attend these events, they're just giving it out. Like, look, I got an extra heart pin, and shout out to BB Jesus and Vegan. Like, I know them for sure to always do it. I know Doc's done it a couple of times. Like, it's just, and then even in tragedy, right? We sadly had some tragic things happen, but the way that this community moves to uplift, to try to save, it makes me like reassured, like this is why we're doing it, right? Like
Yep.
it's beyond collecting on this app. It's beyond this. It's different now. It's the people that we talk to. Some of us talk to people every day, right? They
Mm-hmm.
go on Twitter or X or YouTube. We talk to each other every day, and look, I can only speak for me. I know sometimes, like when like my wife, I talk to my wife, and she's like, "You're gonna go on X Spaces again? You're gonna just do it?" I was like, "Yeah, but I'm just chilling. I'm just listening." You know what I mean? It's just like and I know a lot of people don't get it right. Like, all right, so like for example, like your friend today, like, did you
Mhm.
explain to BB like to your friend today at all?
Oh, it's funny because I think I just used the term Web3 and she's like, "I have no idea what that is, but I'm so happy for you." Because I told her about, like, True Media and all that stuff,
Yeah,
and she's, like, so excited, but even though she has no clue, it didn't matter, and that to me is such a great friend and a true friend that is just your cheerleader no matter what, even if it's not part of their world,
Mhm.
they can, totally, have your back and stuff and be happy for you. So, and she listened to me talk about it. So I was like, thanks.
You know, it's interesting from your background, right? Because you're not a gamer, you're not from
But
comics,
yeah,
huh?
I do like video games,
Oh,
but
all
not,
right.
yeah, I do like video games.
See, and that's what we're learning. What kind of video games you like, Raven? What you play?
PUBG. Oh, well, Halo was originally was
What?
my game. Oh yeah, like we'd like get projectors and put it like a sheet on the wall so we could like play
Oh,
all of us together. Yeah.
don't you miss that when like all four controllers are right there, split screen,
Yes.
and you're just sitting there like, don't look at my screen.
Yeah, screen seeker.
Oh man, I used to
Oh,
love.
we'd play like till like 2, 3 in the morning. And then this was pre-kid, so
Yeah,
I was just yeah. No, it's still now like I'll play PUBG
yeah.
online, like just mobile.
That's so
But yeah,
cool.
I like board games too, like that kind of stuff.
That and, you know that's I love board games. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Oh, we have game night. It's on, dude. It's
What's your
on.
favorite board game?
All right. My favorite board game is Monopoly, but nobody likes to play with me, right? Because I am a wheeler and dealer. I like
Yeah.
to make deals, and then people stop making deals with me because they're like, "You're the devil." Like, no, I just want the railroads, and then we're all good. You know. What
Yeah.
about you?
Well, again, when growing up, Monopoly was my favorite, but it was a long game. I just remember that Monopoly always took a long time to play. Um, Settlers of Catan. But again, that's
Oh,
one where nobody wants to play. And when I do play with my husband and kids, they have a trade embargo against me.
yeah.
So it's
There
not
you
even
go.
fun because from the get go, they won't even trade with me.
That's
So
that's
it's,
the problem. That's the problem. That's what I have, right? Where
yeah,
my wife, my brother, and then his wife, they're not messing with me. They're not
yeah.
making no
So it's
trades with
not
me.
even fun.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fine.
Yeah.
But that
So,
just means our reputation is strong, right?
right. Yeah.
But okay, so you got introduced through Web3, through Bitcoin, stuff like that,
Mhm.
and you are like me, where we are kind of more acclimated into Web3. We're not full Web3, right? Like we're
Mhm.
not like brainiac, like knowing all about blockchain and stuff like that. We
Right.
know enough.
Yeah.
What is in your opinion is going to be the way to get like your friend into it more than just like I'm happy for you, but and then turning it into, well, that's interesting. Tell me more.
That it's funny because so I think what it is it has to be integrated into their daily life. And when this is how that part of that our conversation got started was she mentioned meal planning, and she's like, I use ChatGPT, and I was like, whoa. Okay, now you don't even know the half of it. If like ChatGPT to me is just like the starter
Right.
of the possibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where it happens, is where that's becoming a part of her regular day-to-day life now,
Yeah.
using like that kind of technology. And I think that's where it has to be integrated, where in a sense people don't even realize it's happening. Like even when we think of the cell phone or like books, like I remember saying like I would never not buy a physical book. Like I finally, there was only one little bookstore left in the city, and that's where I would go. But
Mm-hmm.
it's gone, and I use a Kindle or I use my phone. Like
Yeah. I remember
it has its way of, just
seeping in.
seeping in.
I remember I love movies. I love collecting physical movies.
Yeah.
Like when I was in high school, like that's where all of my money would go. I would go to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, and I sit there and I just like get my $5 movie on, like buy. Like I had a huge DVD set, right? And I remember Netflix, right? And I remember like, oh, that's kind of cool, but like you don't get to go to the store. Like, you want to go to the store, you want to browse, you want to take time. Like, it was
That
like
you're right.
it was
That
a
was like an hour event.
yeah, it was a Friday night thing. You know what I mean? You
Yes.
go and they're like, oh, what snacks you're gonna get and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And then I remember and I met my wife, and I remember she had Netflix, and I was just like, so you just go online and just click, and then it comes to you. And she's like, yeah. I was like, but like, what if you want to like rent two? You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? And then I remember when they went digital, and when it went digital, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is what they're doing. This is the play.
Yep. Instantly. Well, I had Netflix when it was they mailed you the DVD.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's why we started with my wife, and I was like,
Oh,
"This is
okay.
weird. This is
Okay.
weird." You know,
Yeah.
this is before the Red Box, right? Like Red
Right.
Box, I was like, that was like a kind of in between, but yeah, that Netflix is just like random DVD in the mail, and then like she was like, "Yeah, there's no late fees, so you can just keep it." But I was like, "But you have to turn it back in to get another movie." That was like the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. No,
But
like
yeah,
again, it'll happen. It's just, sometimes you don't realize it till it's already happened, right? Like
yeah.
it's a slow progression.
And I think the funny thing is, a lot of people are, and I have a friend like this where he grew up, we're same age. He never wanted to learn technology, never wanted to learn computers, never wanted to learn this. He has a smartphone, but he don't use the smartness for it. And I got him on Chat GPT,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, "Oh, I can just talk to it." I was like, "Yeah, just talk to it." And I told him, the more you talk to it, the more it recognizes you, and more it learns what you want, and you can just start talking about random stuff. And now slowly he's getting it right. Like
Yep.
he's starting to ask questions and stuff like that. And I think you're right. It's going to be once it's implemented in our everyday thing. I think with the combination of your other idea, like in using movie tickets as proof that you were there. I think those things are for sure. Like that's I think that's the key. Like POAPs, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
people have POAPs for just attending an event. I think those type of things are going to be the things that get people in, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I think utility. I honestly think that in the end is what it will come down to.
yeah,
Like that's what I think is great about the VB Comics site is because you have the choice. It's not kind of forced on you to do one or the other, but it's there for you. You could just buy it and read it, or you could have the variant covers and then go sell it.
mhm,
Like, I think that's a great ease into it.
yeah,
But yeah, I think utility will be the game changer.
for sure. And shout out to Slammy in the chats. I love books and one to
Yeah.
library, but now I only read it on my Kindle app. And that's the thing, right? We all grew up a little bit different. Like I grew up with my pop. He had like room full of books. Like every room had a bookcase and it's on the wall, and the wall was not paintings but just books, right? And like he would have like the Encyclopedia Britannica,
Yeah.
all those, the National Geographics, and like little cases and stuff like that. And you just don't see them anymore because it's all on the phone. It's all digital now.
Yeah. It's funny because when we were cleaning my in-laws' garage there, I found a huge box of old books from like the 30s, 40s. I think there
Wow.
was one that was even older than that. Um, but the way they looked, I was like, I just want to keep these and put them on a shelf so they look cool.
Right?
So I kept them.
And that's all.
But
Like, and that's the funny thing, right? Now, but see, the other thing is now you're dealing with space, right? Like,
yes.
where do I put these things? Like, I'm running out of space. Like, even me myself, like I try to stop collecting physical because this is all I got. This is my
Yeah.
space here, and that's still on the other side of me. I got boxes full of stuff,
Yeah, I
but
think
it's
something's gonna really have to speak to me. I think to go and buy it. But like the artwork, like I'm excited to get the Audie picture framed
yeah,
and have that up. But again, that to me, I remember the drop. I remember going for it, I remember hitting it.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then the stuff I get, from the community and stuff. But yeah, I don't see myself really going out and hunting down um like more comics when I can just read them on the app.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think
love a Hulk #1, don't get me wrong.
there you go. Yes,
One day I would
I
love
was
to
hoping
have
for that.
a Hulk #1, but that's it.
Yeah. So and that's a funny thing, right? Because now how I look at it, how my collecting pattern is kind of, I kind of just want to collect graded comics,
Hmm.
for the simple fact that I feel now that I can just read them digitally, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't have to touch them. So like I have a bunch of raw books in here, like I can say raw books. I'm a comic collector now. Let's go. But like like I still don't want to open them, right? Like
Right.
it's funny because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to open the books, but I'm like, no, you gotta keep them nice, crisp, centered, all this kind of stuff. And and I think that's gonna be the biggest for at least for the collectibles and comic side for me. That's one of the biggest things that I think the space has going for it is the fact that you don't have to use that much space.
Yeah.
And things like the Viviverse, you're seeing people use their creativity to put and make a plethora of different creations with the small collection or large collections, right?
Yes.
I think what's really cool about seeing the different artists and the different people that aren't really technically artists become artists, right? And seeing what they focus on, right? Like you have somebody like Richard who focus on introspective, like different things and like creating moments when you pass by, it all lines up. And then you have people like Casual who have these smaller spaces, but they're really deep and in depth with like little tiny things. Like he has a terrarium one where like it focuses all inside his little tiny terrarium, but there's so much going on in there. And then you have somebody like I saw Jay East where it's the shoebox, but then pull out, pull out, pull out, and you're creating all these different scenes. Oh hell yeah! What up, Poof? My guy,
Hey.
let's go, Poof signing, baby. The button's coming back. Hey, I'm just letting y'all know, man. Button's coming back, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing too is like, I can have this collection here, but I can't really show everybody.
Yeah.
Like you said, you just invite somebody into your space and you can show it off. And I think people do want to share what they have with others, right?
Absolutely. Shout out to Chris Severs in the building. Let's go. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
art is hard. Art is hard. Art is hard, man. Like because
Yeah.
it makes up like it's funny. My wife, not really much in the BB, but she loves Kid Arcade and loves his painting.
Mm,
Like she has like a lot of his art on her wall in her room, right?
yeah.
Like I still got mine, but like she has like her own, like she wanted because she likes his tattooing style, right?
Yes.
And it's really cool that now we're getting a chance to get these artists like digitally, right? Like with a Kid Arcade and the Kid Arcade project, right? And
Yeah.
getting into Kid Arcades, and then we get to like kind of view his journey in learning digital. Like I remember where he had like the 3D frame, and he was like, "Oh, I'm learning how to do 3D now." You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I remember that too.
and we don't just collecting all of his different art, and now he's on the Drip House and sharing there, and it all comes because now, like you said, Raven, we're collecting physical. So now, like, it for me personally, if I see a Peach Momoko like painting or something like or cover, I'm drawn to it now. Before
Yeah.
I wasn't like that, you know what I mean? But now, like, yo, that Gwen Stacy looks awesome. I
Hmm.
need that. You know what I mean?
Right? It's the need. It's when that need comes into play.
Because and that's the thing, because you know yourself, right? You're like,
Yes.
there's certain things where I can look at and I'm like, I'll be cool. I'll be cool. Like, but
Hmm.
there's certain things like, no, that's coming home with me. Like the spawn right here, like I needed that, right?
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I loved Spawn. And I wasn't allowed really to watch Spawn, but I loved him. And I remember my auntie, when like my third grade, I guess like Spawn was cheap at like Fedco. There used to be a store called Fedco's before Costco. Anyway,
Okay.
but they had like a little gift pack, and it came with Spawn and the Violator, which was like this big, ugly monster looking thing.
That's a
And I,
horrible name, but okay.
yeah,
Maybe
oh,
it's
and the character is way worse, right?
okay.
When you get into it, he's really bad. but but I remember as a kid being so hyped about it because it was like the toy I wasn't supposed to have, and now I have. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so like when I saw that spawn from McFarlane, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get it. I have to get it, right? Like, and there's certain things on the app that I still feel like I have to get. I just now know it's a target, right? And I gotta wait for
Mm-hmm.
it. Like I know, like you, like Walt, the partner statue is still a target for me, and
Is it?
I still watch it. I still watch it. I'm like, I have a target price that I think it'll go to. I just have to wait and break other people's will.
You can outlast them.
Yeah, I can
Um,
outlast it.
and there's so many things that I never thought I would have in my collection that I do now,
Mhm.
um, which is kind of cool because I've been able, prices has dropped on a lot of
So,
stuff.
what is the thing that you are collecting that you never thought that you would collect, but now it has like a special place in your heart?
Ooh, that I would never thought I would collect.
Hmm.
Like in the sense of, well,
It like basically it's like something that surprised you. Like, wait, I like this, and then like the more you're like, no, I really do like this. I like this. Wait a minute, you know?
oh, geez. See, you're going to ask me these questions and I'm going to think of the answers later. Well, stamps. I collect stamps. I just
Man,
got the bullheaded trooper. I was excited for that one. I've been
hey,
waiting for that.
that is a
Um,
beautiful piece.
Man, that's a great question. It's like there's so much stuff now to choose from.
So I'll tell you, for
Yeah,
me,
what's yours?
for what I didn't realize that I would really like would be the art pieces. Like for me, I really love Electra Lola. I love that piece.
Mm,
I don't know why, but I became a Tara McPherson fan,
yep.
and I totally didn't think that would happen, but I just really like her art. I love the way that she uses like blues and greens like a lot. You know what I mean? And so it's just funny how it works out. You know what I mean? Like I just never thought that I'd be that person, but here I am. You know what
No,
I mean?
and that collection is one that I had my eye on a long time ago. And because it was I think it was a Comic Con or Designer Con
Yeah,
drop,
yeah,
a
decon,
decon
yeah,
drop. Um, they were hard to get, so I never got it, and that was something recently that I finished that set. I do like the Brett Crawford. I really do love that one. I like that.
yeah.
The like the tree looking.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the art, yeah. And
Yeah.
even having like now I'm gonna have art on my walls, like that's not stuff I think I ever cared about before.
And that's a funny thing for me, right? Because now I do have like my electric, yeah, my electric Lola is up there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there she goes. Like and I really love seeing that piece, but I also love seeing it on my app. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird, but like I love matching it. Like, and I get it for a lot of people because I do have some of my comics graded, but I have them on the app, and like I kind of like gotcha. You know? And I never thought I'd be like that. Like I really don't care about this, but like, dude, like it's like you said, we got into it with virtual radio and like actually reading into the comics, reading the story, and then going behind that, and that now I'm knowing artists, right? Like I was talking with Dee yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I recognize that artist. This is John Chang." And
Yeah, right?
like that was happening to me, right? Like I'm like, I know all this stuff.
I thought it
So
was funny what day is, oh, today is Friday.
mhm.
So it was earlier today when Oz was doing the Get to the Comics, and I went to see what he's doing, and I was like, I read that one.
Yeah,
I was like, I read that comic
I,
already.
I know that one. Yeah, I know this
It's a good
story.
one. Yeah.
All right. So what about you that what was it about this community that really got you to dive deep and what made you want to join and become a Discord mod?
Ooh, okay. That's a story. So I've always been from the beginning of this journey in the background. Like I was always a great supporter of other other people's YouTube channels, and, was there to support them and hang out and enjoyed that. But I kind of always had it, hung out in the background. With Discord, again, was something I avoided for a while. Like even X, I didn't have before. Like I never sent anybody a DM before Vivi. Like I was like talking to strangers. You got to be kidding me, right? Like there's only creepsters out there. So my world kind of, and with the Discord, that's where I found the Women X Vivi channel, and like people like Vivi Magic and Miss Slammy and Claire and others. And I really started to feel like part of the community when I was actually getting more of a connection with people. And then it wasn't but again, I was always still kind of like hesitant with a lot of things, but that I gained more confidence with that, and, meeting more people online and stuff. But then it wasn't till towards the end of last year where I was like, I made a conscious decision to say yes to things more and not kind of be afraid of them. And so Osmond had asked me to do Get to the Comics. And of course, I was like, oh, okay, yes. And I did it, and I had the best time. And then from that moment of consciously saying, I'm going to say yes to more opportunities, I think so I think this was just towards the end of the year. I think right after that, Josh asked me to be a moderator in the Discord. Then not too long after that, Dee's like, oh, we're going to do this new show. Did you want to be a part of it? And I was like, oh, okay. And then by the end of the day, the show was made. I was like, I don't know what you guys are on and how you do this, but I was like, just kind of saying yes. And then all of a sudden there was a show.
I remember, that's a funny thing, right? Because I remember that happening. I'm just like, wait, you want to do a what? She's like, yeah, we're gonna do a BB show. And I was like, she's like, Raven's on board. I was like, oh, Raven? Oh, I'm down. That's dope. Yeah. Let's do it. You know what I mean? I think you making that decision has been amazing, man. Just saying yes.
It truly has. Like honestly, like even just personally, finding a passion again. That was a kind of, and like Hanano says, like that's partly why he does this too, is that he has this like creativity inside of him and he needs to get it out. And I definitely feel it. And then like obviously like you hang out with you and Dee and Hanano, and just when the four of us are together and like one of us can have an idea and then the four of us just make it amazing. And we're just here to support each other and make each other better.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. But I just had to point out how I think Swampy said in there, blame Josh. Yeah, I do. Every day blame Josh.
Let's go. I will say, not to go on like a huge tangent, but yeah, this rediscovering a passion for creativity. This has been a really nice journey for me, at least. Just with you guys and just cooking, man. Just cooking in the background. Like it's been so much fun. Just putting out stuff and then people like, and then people appreciate it. And that's another cool thing about it. But just even now, like today, where like a little assignment of like creating music, and I'm going ham. And
I keep getting new song alert.
Some of these songs I'm coming home with, I'm like, there's no way I'm getting away with this. This is awesome.
And I think that's the fun part about this too, is that we're just discovering this technology, and it is fun, right? It's like, discovering stuff and playing around and just having fun with it. And it's not too serious. But the one thing I was just gonna say, like it didn't hit me till I think it was last week, where seeing people in the chats, like I used to be I still am in the chats and other shows, but how much that means even to me to see people keep showing up for us is so special.
And
I appreciate it.
It's amazing, right? Seeing people not only show for you, but when they show up to give you like messages, they show up to give you comments, they show up to give you encouragement. This is like one of the things that I love about this space is just everybody's acknowledging, everybody's encouraging everybody, and we're just growing. We're growing and kind of making ourselves better, right?
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
like shout out to Swampy, man. Like Swampy's one of those people that he doesn't. I don't believe he gets the recognition that he should. Right? Same thing like people like Josh, people like Eagle, OMW. You know what I mean? Slammy, people that are like in this right and have held the line.
Yes, they have.
Held the line when
Yeah.
nobody else wanted to hold the line. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate those people. And like for me, right, my journey with you, Raven, is I've always seen you always in different chats supporting, and then just killing it in trivia.
Yeah.
When was this always a thing with you with trivia, or did this birth with the digital collecting also?
No, that's purely me. Like that is I am very competitive and but I love competition. Like Adam is my nemesis in a way, but I love him so much because he's competitive.
Yeah,
Playing a game with somebody that doesn't care if they win is the worst
it
person to
sucks.
play with.
It
Like I
sucks.
get yes, we're having fun, but you have to want it too. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. Like I
no,
can like lose the game and walk away and be fine. It's no big deal.
yeah,
But and with the trivia thing, it's funny because my husband and I have friends that we played with years ago trivia, and they recently challenged us again. And okay, honestly, their education combined compared to ours blows us out of the water.
yeah,
Like these guys are PhDs, masters, like never stop going to school.
yeah.
Freaking kick their ass
Oh yeah, all day
because
long.
we have the ability to just store useless information.
That is my win. This is what I tell my wife all the time. I was like, you can be the smart one. You can have the masters, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, baby, and we need to win free boneless wings on a Tuesday, I'm your man.
Exactly.
I'm the one that's coming through, baby.
Yeah. No, I'm not competitive at all, right, Dee? Not at all.
No, man. Just competitive between you, the competition with you, Atem, and Ronnie Lido, for me,
Yeah.
has always been epic. It's always been so much fun. And like DDS will sneak in there sometimes. There's other
Oh,
people that will
he
sneak
just
in.
yeah, and then it's I miss arcades trivia because it's just funny the wheel spins and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I swear, like, yeah, the wheel loved me for a little while, but now it's all DDS.
So let me ask you, because you kind of came in and I believe you sound just like me, where you came in. I'm pretty sure you were like just typing on YouTube, Vivi, who's popping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who? And I know you mentioned Vault. Vault was a lot of people's like go-to guy, especially during
First for
drops and stuff like
sure.
that.
Yeah,
For
I think he
sure.
was the first one that popped up for me. And then I remember I was like, told my husband, I'm like, there's this guy sitting in front of his fridge talking about Vivi. And like he's just posting like people's names like on like sticking it to his fridge.
Hey,
And I'm
and
like, what is it? And now obviously I know it's Randy. Like again, at the time, I
yeah,
was like, there's this guy. He's just in front of his fridge.
but I watch it
Uh,
every day. I was
yeah.
watching every day. Like
And
so
tap
tax
trades is
trade.
one that I actually really miss
Mm-hmm.
because I really did like because he had a great drop show, but he also was very the way he explained stuff, like he was very like informative, I thought,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of doing his research beyond the drop. I don't
Yeah,
know. I really liked his take on stuff.
I miss Andy. I don't know. A lot of people remember Andy, but he would go over the drops, and I forget if his name was anything else, but I miss him, and I miss the two guys in college, BD Vision. Those are my guys.
Oh yeah.
I just love those guys, man. I used to watch them every day.
And you know what? I found Corey and Heather. What was her Vivian? Is it Vivian 3 is what they were called?
Yeah,
Or
VV and
no?
3, and then there were then it became Old Rhubarb, but yeah, VV and
Oh
3.
yeah, okay. So I had found them, I swear, like it hadn't been very long. Like I think I was just gonna I had never joined anybody's YouTube channel before. Where you do that membership thing. And I was
Mhm.
like looking into that and I was just about to do that. And then they had to close their show, right?
Yeah,
Because he got hired. But that was nice seeing Heather, right? Like seeing another female in the
exactly.
space.
Yeah. Shout out to Bud Thompson, man. Yeah, that guy. Hi, my name is
Oh
Butts, and
yeah.
I'm back with another stuff. And then it's funny because I talk about like BD content creators in waves, right? So like wave one, I would say will be like the Vault, the Cavell, the Kyle Wilsons, the Chris Coffees and stuff like that. And then I then the kind of the fall off kind of started happening. And then I would say wave two came in. So this is like where I would say my collectibles, that's what Dino was out there, Rob's stuff, the VV vibes, like stuff like that. Was there like who were the people that were in that in between time when when Taps went away, when Vault was stopped kind of slowed down? Who were the people like in the middle that you were kind of like watching?
I feel like was that when I kind of started discovering arcade?
Mm,
I think maybe, and then D and Hanano, and I feel like D and Hanano, like I had kind of knew about them, but I don't know if I was ever really like awake during their streams.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but arcade hooked me. Like
yeah.
I think arcade was at first I was like, whoa, like this guy's got a lot of energy. But then I remember after a show, I felt it. Like I felt that energy. I walked away feeling like fantastic
Yeah.
because he has that way of just kind of making your day better. Um,
Just I remember watching Kid Arcade, and and still to this day I get mesmerized watching him, right? Just because it's like you said, he has all this energy, and like when like it gets pointed in like in different directions, like
yeah.
I love the show, and this is why I tell people all the time, like Arcade is an artist. You're not going to tell him to do nothing. He is going to do what he wants to do, and that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is how I became a helper for Kid Arcade was one day we were all doing trivia, right? And I remember like watching him trying to find the answer, like who answered it first, and
Oh
I'm thinking in
yeah.
my head like, no, there's no way, there's no way he's gonna find the right answer. Like,
Yeah, it was chaos.
yeah, it's chaos, and
It was most likely me, but it's still chaos.
right, but it kind of like slowed down the show, right? And I remember hitting him up like, "Hey, man, like I like I love playing trivia, I love being like competing, but like I really want this show to work. Like I really love this show. Is there any way that I can just be in the background?" And I told him like, I don't want to be on stage. I'll just be in the background, and I can just tell you which winners was right. He's like, no, you gotta be on stage, bro. You gotta be on stage. Come on, you gotta do it. And I'm like, all right, like it's look at me now, like why would I be shy or like why would? But I just did. I was just shy. Let me tell you, Raven.
Wait, you're what? You're shy?
And I can tell you this because a lot of people kind of met me at DCon 2021, but I mean 2022, whenever that DCon was. But I didn't talk to anybody. I sat there like in my little corners. I was just chilling, vibing, and I would just observe, right? Because and then it wasn't until my little brother came that I felt comfortable. And my little brother, he didn't care. He was going around talking to everybody, blah blah blah. And I'm still like shy boy. Like I met Hanano and D, but I really didn't meet them. You know what I mean? Because we never talked.
Right.
So and just being able to come out of my shell, and it's because of the creators, right? It's because of me seeing MC there. I saw MC, I saw Vibes, I saw Sleeping, and like, and I remember the one Silicon. Like when I met Silicon, like that, like that guy, he's amazing, man, and I still love him to this day. And I remember his answer to me, and I was just like, "How do you do it, man?" Like, because I told him, I was like, you make being a nerd cool. Like he found a way to like just be cool about it. Like
He
he'd come up on
was.
spaces, he'd be open arms with you, and you'd sit there talk, and he just made it cool, man. And I just told him like, "How do you make it cool?" And he was just like, "Dude, just do it, man." He looked at me and he's just simple, just do it, just be you and just put it out there, man. And I've never forgotten that, and that's kind of like what kind of sparked me. And then you have Hanano and D who really sparked it in me with Kid
Yeah.
Arcade and stuff like that. So here we are now, dude.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's funny. It just brought me back to when you're asking about what other shows. And then I did enjoy, like, I know Silicon didn't have his own channel, but like when he was on with Chad and with Magic, those were episodes that I was really drawn to. Like, I did love listening to him speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
The quiet, calm confidence. Yeah.
God, see, we just need that. We need him back, man.
We do.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that's it right there, right? Quiet, calm, confidence, not cockiness.
No.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Right? It's beautiful. Shout out to Randy in the chat. Let's go.
That's the guy with the fridge.
The fridge. Man, I remember him being the Gator Lord, man. He like had all the gators and stuff like that. Good times, man. Shout out to Dashy. Let's go.
Oh, is that the cat?
No, that's the dog. The dog.
Oh, it's a dog. Oops, sorry.
Yeah. The dog with the nice the bracelet on the neck. It's awesome, man. Yeah, just good times, right? And then like just full of hope. And somebody mentioned Carlton Flowers. You're a crypto pro. Yeah. Yeah, that was my guy, man. It's and so now it's funny, right? So now we're entering a new stage in BB in collecting. And now we have these collectibles where before they would come out with some and we'd be like, oh, that doesn't look too right. You know what I mean? Where now, like, take for instance, Sam Wilson that's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He looked real good. And I think they're nailing it with the price point. I think 20 gems is right there where people will like, I can take a chance on that.
Yeah.
I like that there's different costumes that you're getting, right? So if you hit the common, you get the regular original like comic variant of Falcon's outfit. And then if you get like the rare or above, you're getting the Captain America version of Sam Wilson there. It's really interesting to see what we're talking about now in the community versus back then, right?
Right.
And like the differences. And so, like for you, what are the type of things that you feel that would actually bring people in here, right? So I think we had times where we had big IPs where like their audience is huge, but how do we get them in here? So what do you think is that IP that will tie people into here?
That's the thing, because we have amazing IP. We have collectibles that look phenomenal. Like, the quality is insane, especially in the BB-verse. But yeah, I don't know what the answer is to that, because I feel like if they could just see it and experience it. Like me, I wasn't a collector. I wasn't into any of this before, but now I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you introduce it in a way that somebody's hooked?
And you know what's funny? Dude, Slider's on the money. The person that has been preaching this forever has been Kid Arcade. Kid Arcade has been preaching forever. There needs to be somebody that is dropping these collectibles in AR all the time. Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny? Dr. Kanan, he's kind of doing it. I've been watching his YouTubes and his posts. He's been putting these collectibles out in AR every day and kind of like showing it with his kids and everything like that. and it looks good and it makes the argument, right? And I actually so here I live in LA, so Universal Studios, they just had this event called Fan Fest, right?
Okay.
So where after hours, so the regular park closes, and then after hours they're opening it up and they're basically having these fan zones. So this year they highlighted Back to the Future, Star Trek, animes, and Wicked, and there was a couple of other things, right? But for me, as a big, huge Back to the Future fan, you're able to actually take the tram and usually go to the back lot where you can see where they made it. You see the clock tower and all that stuff,
Hmm.
but you're never able to get out, right? So this, for the Fan Fest, they actually allow people to get out the tram and walk through Hill Valley, and they recreated
Oh,
it, and it
cool.
was so cool. But one of the cool things was, there's the path where the DeLorean takes off and it just leaves like a trail of flame, right?
Hmm.
So what they did is they had a trail of flame just there, and they had the license plate spinning around, right? So they had they had it like propelled like on a stand or something, and the license plate spinning around. So everybody's taking a picture, right? And what I did, I put my DeLorean in that
Of
sucker.
course.
And guess what was happening? So I'm sitting there trying to angle it, and people are going, "Where the heck is that DeLorean from? Where's it going on? What's happening?" You know what I mean? And that was kind of like a trigger for me. And I told him, I was like, "Oh, it's this app called VV, blah blah blah." And I started explaining to him, and
Scan
I
my
had
QR code.
I didn't I didn't do the QR code scan. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet in my commitment. But I want people to know about it, right?
Right.
And yeah, I should have. I should. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I was too busy like in my zone trying to get like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a Back to the Future nerd. I'm gonna let you know right now. Like my wife already knew. She's like, I'm gonna be over here. You go do your thing, because another cool thing, another tangent. Another cool thing they were doing is they're recreating all the scenes throughout the time. So you have live actors running around recreating like all the different Back to
Oh,
the Future
cool.
scenes in there. So it was like you're living in Hill Valley. It was real.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so cool. So cool, man. But yeah, the me showing people the DeLorean, like looking like it like flew out of there, right? It really, really impressed people. And I really believe I think that is gonna be our key. I
Yeah.
think and I do believe that then leads people into the BB verse, and not only seeing that you can put it in AR, but the quality of these collectibles then stand out, right? Like
Hmm.
you were saying, Batman and Killer Croc. If you look at it in the app, it's cool, it's detailed, but once you blow it up and you see all the nooks and crannies in there, it's a
Yes.
completely different thing, and that happens with a lot of different collectibles.
Hmm.
Like I know in the beginning, a lot of people were on Elsa and like showing like the details in her dress, but if you see that thing in like up close, like up like huge, it's crazy the amount of details. Even in Wally, like people don't really mention Wally a lot, but all the buttons and the gadgets on them and stuff like that, all embossed, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I know you are you're getting close in number in your leveling.
Hmm.
So what do you mind sharing with everybody what level you are right now?
99.
Ooh, what
Yeah.
away from 100?
One
That's
away.
that's crazy.
It should be like maybe 2 weeks from now, hopefully.
That's so
Yeah.
amazing. I love looking at people and their journey to getting to like level 100. You know what I mean? Like it's really cool, man. It's really really cool. I can't wait for you to hit that, man. And
I
then
can't wait for me to hit that because then I can stop thinking about it.
because you said how many people are level 100 right now?
The last I heard it was 72.
Okay, so yeah,
So
see
it's
now
getting close.
the race is on. The race is on to get in that top 100 spots for level 100. So yeah,
Yeah. And I'm not sure, but I think I'd be the second female. Like
Yeah.
watching Claire be the first female to get level 100 was so like I enjoyed watching her and like chatting with her day. Like she had the countdown like going,
Yeah.
and watching her do that was pretty awesome. So happy
Yeah.
for her and proud of her, and I miss her. She hasn't been in Discord very much. I miss her pictures. She takes
Yeah.
really, really cool pictures. Ronnie, 99 problems, but a Raven ain't one. That's good.
Hey.
Need that on a shirt. You know, it's so funny because I had Raven like 100 is my name.
Mhm.
So I was like 100 before people made it cool, you know. So
It
it's
was
like now I have to
destiny.
live up to my name.
It was destiny.
Yeah.
Let's go. Wow, man. And that's another thing, right? You and D are two of like for me one of like my favorite people, right? And there's a lot of like Miss Gecko, Orange Bag Lady.
Yes.
There's a lot of females in this community. Slammy. There's a lot of people in this community. A lot of females in this community that are, I believe, are taking more of a range, right? Like they're becoming more prominent, and I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah.
What do you think that? What do you think is going to be the catalyst for more women to kind of take a lead role or like uh, just be more involved in a more outward way?
I mean, for me, it all came down to like again having the Women X Phoebe group too, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not really run by anybody specifically. Like we all kind of chip in together, um, and I think women seeing other women out there is part of it. And I think we all are trying to, do as much as we can um, for the women of the community and kind of put it out there. And like we want to showcase more women, like women are building in the VBverse, women are collecting, um, and hopefully just make them more comfortable to kind of show off their stuff and come chat about it and stuff. Like again, like I was very nervous at first too. Like I never really listened to Space. I still don't listen to Spaces too much right now, but I mean, even back then, like I feel like I would have connected with more of the women sooner
yeah,
had I listened to them. But Discord has definitely been a huge part of it for me.
yeah. And for me, like whenever I'm gaming, and I've always like I was raised by women. I like that's my favorite is Wonder Woman. Like my wife would tell you, like I love powerful women. Like that's my jam. Like you know what I mean. I think that in gaming, a lot of people I play with are females, right? But sometimes it's easier for them to portray themselves in a masculine way,
Right.
just because they want to just game, right?
Yeah.
And like I didn't know what it was like until I'm playing with them, and then like you're just like, dude, I just want to game, bro. Like, like what are we doing? Like, why are you mentioning all this like toxic crap? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I think that people like you, D, Slammy, OBL, Gecko, Miss Rose, they're showing the way. Magic, you know, shout out to
Yeah.
Magic. You guys are kind of showing the way that you guys can still be yourselves. You don't have to be anything else,
Yeah.
and it's just I'm just really encouraged by it. Like I can't tell you how much Raven, like watching you grow into what you are right now, has been awesome, dude. It's been so awesome, man. Like,
It's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy. I know, and I'm really enjoying it too. And you would could have asked me a year from now, would I be sitting on here with you? I remember actually Dee asked me like a long time ago when was there a show before Aloha Friday, like where they would interview people? Was
And
that wasn't called Aloha Friday, was
no,
it?
those are real uncommon podcasts. So
Okay.
they
And
started
she
off with their
asked,
podcast, yeah.
and she had asked me, and like I was like, is that an open invitation? Like I was so afraid of it, right? But like part of me wanted to say yes,
Mm-hmm.
but then it was still so scary. And to think now, like I'm here sitting here chatting with you and I'm loving it
Well, and
and loving, yeah.
that's the thing, right? Like, people like Fanano and D, and I told them forever, right? Like, they make it comfortable to come up and share, right? And
Yes.
that's kind of like what I believe that you're providing other people now. I think that's something that Magic provides, Gecko provides. Like when you're out there, you get the comfortability to share your story, right? Yes. And then like even with you, like I feel comfortable sharing my story with you because like we're chilling. And like I told people, I told Ray, I was like, we're gonna do zero prep for this show.
Yeah, I was like, and you don't know me, like I prep.
Yeah, I know.
I prep, right?
I know.
And I'm like, okay, all right, it's 15 minutes before, I should probably hop on. And this is like, but then it's you too, right? Like, I mean, I think if I was interviewing, I'd want to probably do more prep. I'd be a little bit more nervous, but yeah, we're just chatting.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. It's been amazing talking to you, Raven, and I hope everybody's having a good time. I've had a good time here. Raven, your story is amazing. There's still so much to go and still so much to tell. And yeah, I have plans. We're gonna play all sorts of commercials and stuff, but we've just been talking, dude.
Yeah, we said we're gonna do a commercial every 5 minutes. Yeah, we haven't played one.
We were gonna add you guys to
play the one I made.
Oh yeah, down. Let's go. And now for another commercial break.
I grabbed the blocks and stacked them high. A pixel dream that scrapes the sky. I carve my name in bits and bytes. A digital world where I ignite. Enter the verse where the colors collide. I'm shaping a kingdom where I can reside.
Let's go.
Let's go. Enter the verse. Thursdays
at 6 o'clock tentatively. It could be a floating schedule, but we will let you know usually on our calendar that comes out Sunday nights tentatively. Let's go. All right. Make sure you guys are in the chat entering hashtag VR Takeover. VR Takeover, because we do have a community giveaway. Shout out to the community and shout out to this giveaway that is sponsored by the community. And I just want to shout him out. Tim, you're a legend. Thank you for showing support to every channel. Thank you all for showing support to all the channels. It means a lot. You may not know, but just your comments, the $2, the $10, whatever you're able to do, it means a lot. It helps us just keep the lights on in here. So shout out to you guys. Let's go. Today we have a nice Deathstroke from McFarlane Digital, and we also have a Blue Beetle from McFarlane Digital to give away today. So make sure you're putting in hashtag VR Takeover. Miss Punchline says, "What's up?" Shout out to you, Miss Punchline. Happy graduation.
Congrats on what she got, an achievement award today.
Academic
achievement.
Come on. Come on.
Killing it.
Don't be playing with Miss Punchline. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit.
Time for summer break.
Hey, congratulations on the summer break. Cherish them. They become shorter and shorter. Until you're working through the summer and go, Oh,
it's so wrong, isn't it?
Let's go. Make sure you put your hashtag VR Takeover. We are collecting, and we have 9 people in right now. 9 people with a VR Takeover. Go ahead, enter in. Let's go. Shout out to Delco, dude. I just want to say shout out to Delco, dude. He has his album out. Smoke Signals out on Spotify right now. Again, another really, really talented person. Make sure you check it out. Chris Servers out there, the Go Collect blog. Make sure you're checking out. Like and retweet so his stuff can get populated so we can get out there. Let's go. Shout out to everybody. Thanks, Simon. Thanks, Simon. Can I pay for no commercial? No, you just pay for this commercial. You know, when True Plus and True Premium come out, then you may be able to stop those commercials.
Oh, he set himself up for that one.
Let's go. See, VR
Super chat
takeover.
for another commercial.
Yeah, you super chat will give you commercials. That's how
We got lots lined up.
Let's go.
Oh
All right.
my gosh.
I'm gonna give you guys 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds to get it done. 10 more seconds, 5 more seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's spin that wheel. Let's see who's gonna be the first winner today. It's gonna get the blue beetle. It's gonna be Dr. Strange. Shout out to Dr. Strange. Let's go. You're a winner of the blue beetle. Get in contact with Hanano and D, probably D. D's the one. Not tonight, tomorrow. She's taking inquiries tomorrow. Tonight she has a night off. So let's go. We're gonna spin it one more again. Let's spin that wheel. Let's see who it's going to be today. It's gonna be Delco Dude. My guy.
To say Delco Dude today on I think it was on scrolling through X, and I saw one of his music videos, and it's usually him like going for a hike, right?
Yeah.
But this time it looked like he made a music video.
No, he made a video. He made a music video.
That was pretty cool.
If I had it on here, I would play it too. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you go shout out to Delco Dude. Delco Dude, shout out to you. You got the Death Stroke right here. Oh wait, hold on. Booyah. You got the Death Stroke, my man. And then Doctor Strange, this is your blue beetle right here. Congratulations to you guys. Thank you guys for participating. Raven, this is the time in the show where we turn the tables onto us. And then you can ask us a question.
I should have prepped. See, that's what happens when you don't prep. Damn it. Okay.
You have a chance to ask me any question you like. Go ahead.
Any question I could ask you. Okay, I already know what collectible you'd want if it wasn't on the app.
Oh, you do?
Or no, the collectible that you want that is you want the partner statue, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if there's one collectible today you would like empty your bank account for, what would it be?
Ooh, that's not partners.
That we don't have yet.
Oh, we don't have? Yeah. There are a couple things. The clock tower diorama, the Back to the Future thing. Yeah, sold. Yeah. Take
flames too in front, like of the and the license plate.
Take the money. Get out of my pocket. I don't want it anymore. And then honestly, if they start doing like musical artists, like if they had like Michael Jackson, I'm done. I'll buy it all. It's all good. Yeah. It's actually, you know what's funny? It's one of my prized possessions here. Hold on. Let me
Michael Jackson's back there? What?
So when I was a kid, I actually got to meet Michael Jackson, and he actually signed that for me right there.
Get out of town.
Yes, that is a official Michael Jackson signature. And I was such a little kid, I didn't understand signatures back then. So I wrote, "Thank you, Michael Jackson."
That's cute.
Because I didn't understand.
Yeah. But that's awesome.
But yeah, I did get a chance to meet him when I was a child, and it was all on the up and up. And he's an amazing person. I just yeah.
Do you have a picture with him, or no?
My mom does. I don't have it on me. I don't have that part.
Cool.
But
very cool.
Then of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Take my money.
Yeah. Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite turtle?
My favorite is Michelangelo.
Samesies.
Yeah. He's a fun dude. He's a fun dude.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to pay for pizza. It was 20 minutes late.
So did you like the? Oh, here I keep asking questions. So we're stopping, aren't we? No, I was just saying. Did you like the original movie?
Oh yeah,
I liked it.
Oh yeah, the original movie it's still my turtles. Like that's how the turtles should look. That's the best they ever looked, and to me, that's the best they'll ever will look. Like to me, like those turtles were amazing. And then the first and second movies are my favorites. Three was
Yeah.
Still love them, man. Raven, I'm gonna ask you one more question before we leave.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie?
Ooh, of all time?
All time.
The Day After Tomorrow is one of
Really?
mine. No, I would say my favorite, probably one that I will watch. Like Day After Tomorrow, I'll watch if it's on TV, no matter how many times. If it's on every day, I'll watch it. Shawshank Redemption
Oh,
is
yes, Raven.
probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many good movies, but those are two that come to mind because I tend to watch them whenever they're on TV.
Yeah.
What
My
about you?
favorite franchise for sure, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I love Back to the Future. I love Ghostbusters. No, those are my movies. But the movie that I would watch every day, and it's random, it's called Blood In, Blood Out. And I would watch that movie every day if I could. It's a random movie about prison gangs. I know it's cool, but I when I grew up, I just loved that movie because see now I'm gonna start talking again. My bad.
I know it's like even before this, we were going on chatting.
All right, I'm gonna tell quick story
Okay,
about quick little background. So I grew up in the swap meet, right? Like most people think about like carnivals, like carnies, like moving from like city to city. I grew up in a swap meet with my mom. So every morning at 5:00 in the morning, 5:00, 4:30, we load up the van. I get in the van, and when my place in the van, so if she had a sliding door van, and she made like a little cubby right there where I could fit in there, but the rest was filled with like pictures, poles, canopies, all sorts of stuff, right? So I have my little spot there. I eat my little breakfast burrito in the morning, and then like we go, we set up, and I help her set up everything, and then like at 7:30, I would ride my bike to school because my school was next to the swap meet, and so I go to school and everything, and then once I got out of school, usually after detention, I'd ride my bike back to the swap meet to help her set up and like pick up and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I grew up like kind of like in Latino culture. Like I grew up like knowing who Selena was before the movie and everything. Like I knew Shakira when she had like brown hair. You know what I mean? Like it was funny, but like that's where I started my collecting journey, right? Because I would work with my mom, and I didn't know better back then, but she would pay me like $5, right? And I take my little $5 and I run and I go to the little the trading card places, and I was buying those little Marvel card packs, and then I convinced my mom to start buying Pokemon cards when they first came out, right? And so here's where it's bad.
Oh, no.
I was telling my mom, like, all right, Mom, this is what you do. We buy the Pokemon packs, right? And we open them, and then I'll separate them, and then we sell the ones that we need to sell, right? And of course, me as a kid, I'm putting all the holographics in my binder, and I'm selling like little grab bags for like $5, like 5 random cards. Like, get it out of here.
And you still have those?
I do not.
Oh, no.
I sadly do not. My mom was one of the moms that just got rid of things that were there, and she sold my stuff one day when I was like, like when you get out of high school, you're out of high school, you're doing your own thing. Your mom's like looking at your stuff like, he doesn't need this crap, and she sells it, and you're like, no, Mom. But that happens.
It happens.
But yeah, that was my quick story. Sorry about that. Oh, a drivable turtle van. Oh, shredder with a shiny. Yeah, see, look, we can sit here all day and talk about things we want, right?
I want to see the comic curator thing.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Just because, yeah.
see that come to life and just see like what people will come up with, right?
Yes.
Like this the show. But we're gonna end the show now.
Okay. With a commercial?
I will. I totally
After.
We have so many promos, baby. We're cooking. But I really want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to thank you, Raven, for opening up, having this conversation with me. I really do appreciate it. And just thank you for being a part of this journey. And I'm really excited for the future of what the space will bring. I'm excited for how we're gonna push everybody, and everybody's gonna push us, and we're gonna take it to the limit, man. We're gonna go.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. No, I've had a blast. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Dee and Hanano. Thank you.
Yeah, and so next week they'll be back to the regular schedule, Aloha Friday. This has been Raven, my co-host over here, and this has been the real Hanan Bro, signing out.